Welcome to the Bold Analysis, ladies and gentlemen. I'm doing this video live from Kasarani. I arrived here midday and I can tell you it was full to the brim as you check the other previous videos that I did. And so my intention, I wanted to come and see some few things. And of course, I tried to make observations. So this video will just be a brief of what exactly I saw in Kasarani. The mood of the people that attended this meeting was very positive, and you can't take it from the organization because I was here in December last year time when Raila Odinga announced officially that he was going to vie for presidency. And so when I was coming back and I could draw the difference between what I saw then and what I saw now. Now, look at the way the event was organized. The organization of that event, the coloring of the venue, and just everything was, I can say in simple terms, that everything was perfect. The rally in Kasarani to me was also a pointer in terms of what should you expect in Nairobi as far as Azimio vote is concerned. All the way from the gate, and I managed to go through these stands. You could actually make a difference, and you could see that this place was painted orange, red, and blue. So I had, of course, discussions and just informal talks with people around here. And the question is, are they going to vote for Raila Odinga? The messaging of Raila and Martha Karua being a ticket of liberation. I think that is a message that is auguring well. And you could ask people, because you could ask people, so you guys are here, did you find time to go to Nyayo, where UDA were also conducting their last rally? And I got a very interesting feedback that the people that you see here are the same people that attend the UDA rallies. So, in fact, I talked to Ahoka. Ahoka was telling me, mimi siwezi enda Nyayo because I won't get money. The people that normally attend Nyayo are there, and I could not go because the people who are in Nyayo perhaps are ferried, and of course, if you're ferried, you don't have the financial power. But then, I wanted to look at something in terms of embracing Nairobi leadership, even though they were not given time to talk here and maybe explain their manifesto or rather campaign in this place. But I saw the way Nairobi politicians, the MCA aspirants, the NP aspirants, the women rep, and the governor were in a position to embrace this. Because honestly, you can ask a question in terms of the number that is here, what these people brought here. I came at around noon, and all the way from Kobarabara, you could not spot those buses that normally ferry people. The school buses that normally ferry people, you could not point any in this place. So you can see that there was, in terms of the natural crowd, in terms of people who came just to attend and see Raila Odinga, to really attend this rally in their personal evolution. If you compare that perhaps with Raila Odinga's competitors, you can point out that Raila Odinga's audience was actually a natural audience. Now, um, this rally was very critical because in my analysis, I kept on asking that these few days to the general election, what do you think the Kenyan voter is supposed to be told? The Kenyan voter is supposed to be told to turn up and vote. And if you listen to Raila Odinga, if you listen to Martha Karua, I think the messaging centered on the need for the Azimio supporter to turn up and go and vote. Now, I think that was so keen, and unlike the other previous rallies that you've attended, or rather you've seen of Azimio Umoja, Raila Odinga has normally concentrated in talking about the manifesto, talking about the 6,000 pledge and how it's going to change the economy. But today, the message number one was to pitch and to pitch for the ticket, saying that this is the ticket that is going to cause, that is going to bring the difference that Kenyans need. So I think I saw that as a cutting edge messaging, because you was also check and look at how the media coverage was at. Now, I captured when Raila Odinga was speaking live, there was supposed to be a split screen on the mainstream. And maybe by that time, the people who were speaking on the other side of Kenya Kwanza were not the principals, or rather they were young politicians. But you could see that the screens were not split. I watched through the rally as this was going on. I was checking online to maybe to find out, did Citizen, did KTN, did NTV split the screen? Raila Odinga got his airtime. And there is something that, to me, it's a strategy, and I think it's one for the optics that the Azimio strategy seems to have brought it forth. And this one of walking to the stadium, of walking to the podium, you look at the regalia, I think the security regalia that Hassan Joho and Junet Mohammed was putting on, it just shows the face of victory. And even the choice of conducting the last rally in Kasarani was strategic. Number one, this is a venue that reminds a voter that if you're going to go and vote for Raila Odinga, then you will be back in this place for the swearing in. So that already creates a mood, a victory mood. And everyone around sees this as a very good strategy. But then you also have to see that Raila has been struggling, or rather, Raila Odinga's biggest challenge in this election before he decided then to even hit the ground was the Mount Kenya. So Nairobi vote is segmented in different avenues, in different concepts. They have the traditional Raila Odinga supporters. These are the population from Kibera. This is the population from the wetlands, the Kankemi, and Ukuru Kwaruben and those areas. But on eastern side of Nairobi is normally perceived as pro the Gema, where it is mostly inhabited by the Gema. So the location of this rally, number one, it was making it very, its proximity to Raila Odinga's new supporter in the house was a very strategic move because in this area, you could point the posters and the banners for the MCS and MP aspirants, the ones from Madare, the ones from Ruiru, and this place Kasarani. By the way, Kasarani is a constituency on its own. So that tells you that even in terms of reaching out to Nairobi vote, I think he has gained strength. There is someone who maybe have found time and have listened to Raila maybe for the first time. So this for me, it's in critical observation. I think everything was a success, and you could look at how everything was organized. I think it was very orderly. Now, I also saw the presence of diamond platinum, and of course, I'm going to do my next analysis. I'm going to look at why the coming of diamond and what exactly happened, because the presence of diamond is not just as easy as just inviting an artist to come and perform in this, or rather in this last Azimio Umoja rally. Ladies and gentlemen, that is my critical analysis on Kasarani. I see that even the women, and I think I need to point out this. When Martha Karua was speaking, I was so keen because I was in one of the stands, one of these stands, and you could see the women were really very happy, and they could embrace one of their own, or even in the screens. Whenever like the way the coverage is, there are different shots. There is a shot where they're focusing on the podium. There is another place they will focus on the audience, and there is another place they will even focus on the leaders. When Martha Karua was brought to focus, you could see a lot of jubilation in this place. So that shows you that the Martha Karua's card is also a card that has its own niche. And that could be pointed out. You always see, we've always asked whether on August 9th, the gender consciousness will also play, or all Kenyans will revert to the tribal consciousness. I need to point out, when I was coming, at the gate of Kasarani, there is a billboard written, "The Daughter of the Mountain." That billboard has the image of Martha Karua alone. I think that was strategic. And that is also cool because on this end, people who go to the central, Barabara yao is the East Thika Road. If you go to Nyeri, Meru, Muranga, and those areas, Thika, you use this. So that placing that billboard there and on the image of Martha Karua, it's also a very strategic thing that I saw in this place. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my bold. And in my next, I want to look critically about diamond platinums.